It wouldn't be the holiday season if there wasn't candy, right? Celebrate the holiday season with the Holiday Crush. They've sprinkled candy with a holiday theme and fun-packed challenges every week for 5 whole weeks, finishing on January 4th. The more challenges you complete, the better your chances of unwrapping delicious rewards. So, are you ready to crush the holidays? Play the Holiday Crush now. Download it from the App Store, Google Play, or Windows Store for free. Terms and conditions apply.
The Giants are 5-7 after an improbable upset win over the heavily favored Seattle Seahawks in Week 13. It was the Giants' 4th straight victory, and it keeps them in first place in the NFC East. Washington is also 5-7, but the Giants hold the tiebreaker from beating them twice this season. The Giants won despite the absence of Daniel Jones at quarterback, and that was largely for 2 reasons: the defense and the running backs. They held Russell Wilson without a touchdown, and the Seattle Seahawks overall only scored 12 points. The offense ran for nearly 170 yards, and Wayne Gallman led the Giants with his first ever 100-yard performance. The Giants will host the Arizona Cardinals this week at MetLife Stadium. Colt McCoy filled in at quarterback for Daniel Jones, and he was solid if unspectacular, good enough to get the win. Daniel Jones will likely return this week, though. He was a full participant in practice after being held out for most of the week with a hamstring injury suffered against the Bengals in Week 12. It will be a much-needed boost to a passing game that has been unimpressive lately and hasn't been able to get players like wide receivers Darius Slayton or Sterling Shepard going in recent games. Giants defensive lineman Leonard Williams won NFC Defensive Player of the Week for his stellar performance against the Seahawks, where he finished with 2.5 sacks, 5 quarterback hits, and 7 total pressures. One of his sacks of Russell Wilson all but ended the game in the fourth quarter. He's been simply stellar this season with 8.5 sacks, a career high, and has likely earned himself a significant contract as a free agent in 2021. The Giants would like to re-sign him if possible. The Giants will face an Arizona Cardinals team this week that's been reeling. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games, though they remain extremely dangerous on offense, with quarterback Kyler Murray and his weapons, wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, running back Kenyon Drake, running back Chase Edmonds, and wide receiver Christian Kirk. Kyler Murray was considered an MVP candidate before this recent losing skid, but he's definitely dangerous as a dual-threat quarterback. The 5-7 Giants host the 6-6 Arizona Cardinals at 1 p.m. on Sunday at MetLife Stadium. For all the latest Giants news, turn to the sports section of NJ.com and download the Talk is Cheap podcast wherever podcasts are available.
Looking for a new podcast to listen to? Here's what we love, courtesy of Acast Recommends.
So 2 years ago today, I was driving across the country through the South. And when I finished, I knew I wanted to make a travel show.
Think about what that does to a place.
It's history. You're not going to change history.
And now, with all that's going on politically and socially, and the fact that international travel isn't really an option, it seems like the perfect time to explore the U.S. Greetings from somewhere. I'm Zach Mack, and tap that subscribe button because this week, we're hitting the road.
Acast
recommends.